Hello, thanks for clicking on this video. Today I'm gonna be doing some more downsizing. I can't remember how long ago it was, like maybe 6 months ago. Hold on, let me check actually. In like the 3 years that has it been 3 years? However long I've had this channel, I had never done a downsizing video until like 6 months ago or something. Let's see. Yeah, 6 months ago exactly. Wow, I'm a genius. I never thought that I would make downsizing videos because downsizing videos make me sad and I don't want to project that onto other people. However, here we are again. I have to downsize more. Usually I will downsize like on my own time and just like mention it. Like when I dropped my Leah collection, I was like, hey, by the way, Leah's like, I'm dropping Leah. The only reason I'm making this video is because there happened to be a bunch of like different random mini things that I wanted to get rid of. So might as well make a video and show me taking everything out. Last time I went through literally every single binder. It was basically a pre-collection video because I literally just looked through every binder and decided not to get rid of anything. This time I have more of like a structured plan. I'm not just gonna sit here and look through. My tripod literally just fell on me, so sorry about that. What was I saying? This time I have more of like an idea of what exactly I want to get rid of. Also, this is kind of going to be a reorganizing video. There's like one thing I have to set up for. I'm going to be moving things into different binders. It's a little bit of everything. A lot is happening today, but I'm going to try to like make it fast. We're not going to be dilly-dallying, browsing through all my binders like I did last time. I don't know what I was thinking. Per usual, as with any storing video that I film. Is my desk a mess? Hold on. Okay. Per usual, I'm starting with my misc binder. I was just saying how I'm not gonna look through all my binders. However, I am gonna look through this binder. I have like 2 things I know I wanna get rid of, this card being one of them, but I think it's okay for me to gaze through this one since it's all my extra cards, like just to see if I'm missing something. But the first card I'm getting rid of is this Everglow Shihyun card. I just don't tune into Everglow anymore. I don't even know what their last comeback was. Was it Zombie? I don't even know. So I have no need for this Shihyun. It's never been like the most special card to me in the world ever anyway. So I'm fine without that one. Okay, and then the next thing that I know for sure, in my last downsizing video actually, I dropped my stayc collection, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep 1 card per era for Shihyun and just do that moving forward. I don't feel the need to do that. I don't need to do that. So I'm just gonna keep my favorites and get rid of this one and then these 2. It's nothing crazy, but I've just been like, whenever I open this binder, I'm like, I don't need all these Shihyuns. Will I be buying their new comeback? Potentially, and I will potentially be trading for Shihyun, but I don't want to hold myself to anything, so I'm getting rid of these cards that don't really move me, okay? And I honestly think that might be it. That's the only plans that I have for this binder, but like I said, I'm gazing through anyway. Okay, boys, is there any boy cards I want to get rid of? I have so many Jakes that I could potentially get rid of, but they were also gifted to me. A lot of them were gifted to me by my friend CJ, and I don't want to part with gifts that easily. Yeah, I think I might keep all my boy group ones. I did just a couple months ago, maybe a month or so ago, I got rid of like 2 extra 17 cards that I had in here. So I did just recently downsize this binder too. While we're in this binder, you may recognize her. This is my Up Huiso binder. In case you don't know, Queendom Puzzle, they debuted a group called Up like 2 years ago? I don't even know. It's been a while. And I wanted to collect the group because I loved watching Queendom Puzzle. And Huiso, Jesus Christ, was my bias, or is my bias. I just don't think they're gonna have a comeback. It's been too long at this point. They're all doing like solo group activities. I think they're one and done. I just feel weird having a 6 card, not even 6 cards because it's technically 4 and then I have 2 extra cards. But my 6 card collection in its own binder, I think I'm just gonna move them into my misc binder because it's 6 cards. I have groups in here that have more than 6 cards, so it's only right. It's only fair. So as I've moved 4 cards out, 6 cards are going back in. I also have 6 more cards that are going in this binder in my next storing video. So really things aren't changing that much. I'm gonna sleeve these real quick in their proper pink sleeves. Okay, the cards in this binder are in alphabetical order. G-Friend, so it goes E and then G. which means all of these other girl group cards have to move, which is so annoying. I think I'm just gonna time lapse this real quick so you don't have to watch me. Okay, pause. I have 16 viviz cards. I feel like I could get rid of 1 or 2 or 3. Do I need these units? I like these 2. Maybe I'll get rid of this one. And then let me count how many of each member I have. Okay, I have 4 Una, 6 Shinbi, and 3 Unbi. Or whoa, Umji. I think I could part with that Shinbi. And maybe one of these. I think I could part with that one. Is that good if I got rid of 2 Shinbis and then a unit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 cards? Is that better? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, that's 3 more down. Okay, and then I've also just decided I want to get rid of these 2 because these are, my bias in weekly is Jaehee. I have these Jaehees here, and then I have a Sohn and a Jihan who are my bias wreckers, so I think it's like, it makes sense for me to keep my bias and bias wreckers and then maybe part with these cards because I have 9 weekly cards. I don't need 9 weekly cards considering I'm not a huge daily like that. So that's 2 more cards we're getting rid of. Okay, Jesus Christ. So I moved everything over. I put my L's up cards in here, and then I also left room for cards I'm going to be adding in this binder in my next storing video. So we did a little setting up, we did a little downsizing. Here's the I'm making a mess. Here's the damage. That's 9 total cards from this binder, which is pretty good. I can't remember how many we got rid of in this binder last downsizing video, so I'll take that. Okay, next is my girl group binder. Like I said, I'm not going to flip through every single page. In fact, we can skip Red Velvet. I'm not getting rid of anything for Red Velvet. And we're skipping WJSN. I'm not getting rid of anything for WJSN. For Dreamcatcher, this will be quick and easy. I've decided for this page, I only need 1 of each member. So Handong I have 2 of, and Gahyun I have 2 of. Between these 2 Handongs, I prefer this one, so I'll drop this one. And between these 2 Gahyuns, I prefer this one, so I'll drop this one. Just small things, nothing crazy, but I think that, you know, I don't need to be hoarding cards. I've also had this page set up like this for so long. I need to change. It's okay to change. And since there's only 4 cards now, I'm just gonna, like, have them share with this Yuhyun page to save room. And so I don't have to fill this entire page with white fillers that I don't have, because, surprise, it's been like 4 months since I've run out of white sleeves and I still haven't bought any more. That's 2 down and a free page. I will take it. Okay, and then for aespa, the only thing we're doing is taking out fillers because I'm not going to collect their Japanese cards. I've just decided. I think once I am more caught up, I guess, on aespa, or if I'm ever like really bored with my collection, maybe I could add these back. But collecting Japanese cards is only easy. I won't say only easy. It's especially easy if you shop on Mercari Japan frequently, and I haven't done a Mercari Japan order in over a year, I think, at this point, because it's very expensive. So yeah, they're just not easy to find on Instagram or cheap. If you do end up finding one on Instagram, they're not that accessible. So I'm good with just her Korean cards for now, plus like all the fun that I have back here. Yeah, no more Japanese cards for now. And that's all that I had to do in this binder. Just like tiny little wins, guys. That's all that I had to do for this binder, like downsizing wise, that I could potentially, I don't know. We're gonna see. I might be moving a collection into this binder in like 1 second. This, as you may know, is my SSS and sserafim binder. And I've been talking about SSS omas in all of my like last videos. So you may be surprised to hear that I'm actually not getting rid of my omas in this video. I'm still contemplating things. Actually, let me show you this. Here is my SSS template if I don't collect the omas. This is attainable. I'm only missing a few cards from the early eras. Like, I'm down to my last 8 for Assemble 24 and then Hachi, which I have not barely even started working on. Like, this is fine. I made a version of the template with the omas that I would need. It's an extra 21 cards, which is a lot of cards. But the fact that I even bothered making this template means I'm still considering it. So, I don't know. This one feels way more intimidating to me than this one does. So we'll see what ends up happening. This is like fine for now. But for my SSS collection, I do actually have to set up for Hachi. This is the only thing I'm actually like setting up for in this video. Yeah, I've decided to commit to collecting Hachi because it's been too long. Even though I'm not that all caught up on Assemble 24 Visionary Vision, which was what I wanted to do before I collected Hachi. I have to do it now. I might as well do it now so I don't have to like worry about it the further away it gets from the comeback. So I'm just setting up for it, that's all. Just setting up for it. And I do already have this one Mayu. 1 down, 12 to go. So I think I'm just gonna copy my setup from Visionary Vision with like just the corner idea, even though it's not ideal, but like having 12 cards, technically 13 for a comeback isn't ideal either. So what can you do? So I made the fillers. Is there a smart way, hold on, if there's 12, 24 onto, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, is there a way that I could potentially like combine my Visionary Vision pages and my Hachi pages so that they fill up more, but also without making it look stupid? I don't think there is, so I'm just gonna pretend like I never brought that up. For Christmas, I got these penguin butt like memo pad sticky notes, and they're my favorite thing ever, and I wish that I had a million of them so I could just use them for all of my collections. I still don't have white sleeves, just pretend that there's pretend. Who knows, maybe after this video I'll finally be inspired to make the purchase, but I've also been saying that for 3 months. Okay, I actually do have this Mayu 302. I pulled this in the one copy of Hachi that I actually bought, so 1 down, 11 or 12 to go, depending on... I can't decide if I want to try to collect Mayu's leader card, because I think there was only like 1,000 copies or whatever printed, and I don't know if I have the capability to worry about that. So I might just pretend it doesn't exist. But I'm keeping it on my template. Wait. This is supposed to say 303, just in case, and then hopefully maybe one day it'll just fall into my lap. You never know. Okay. So that's what I had to do in here. Again, ignore the blank spots. Back here we have sserafim. I think today I'm going to be dropping my sserafim collection, both members. In my last downsizing video, I downsized from top 3 to just top 2, which is Yunjin and Unche. And I think it took them having another comeback for me to realize that I just don't really care about this collection anymore. Now, I've been going back and forth about keeping potentially a member. Let me just start taking him out while I talk. Keeping one member, but I genuinely don't know which member to keep. I don't know if I want... Oh, you know what? I just did all that reorganizing in my misc binder. I'm gonna have to move these into like the ones I'm gonna keep because I'm not getting rid of all of them. I'm gonna keep a couple. So that's annoying. We're gonna have to move around more stuff in there. Whatever. Anyway, I couldn't decide between Yunjin or Unche who I wanted to keep. Oh. And who would get kicked out. So I think I've been like internally battling with that for like a couple months now, because I feel like I've known I was dropping at least one of them for a couple months now, like I said, but I just couldn't decide which member. And then when Hot came out and I had no desire to list, obviously I'm still boycotting Hybe, which is a big like contender to the reason that I stopped caring about my collection or my sserafim collection. But even like I use Google Drive to listen to Hybe comebacks, but I just felt no desire to listen to it. I really like Come Over, I will say, but I didn't listen to the B-sides on Crazy, and then I didn't care to listen to the B-sides for Hot, and I didn't really like Hot all that much either. So that's when it kind of like dawned on me, hey, maybe you don't need to collect 2 members of sserafim. That being said, me dropping my sserafim collection has been the reason that this video has been postponed for so long, and obviously you don't know that, but I've been thinking about doing a downsizing video for a little bit now, but I just can't. This and the triple S Omas, I just can't decide one way or the other. So I probably am gonna hang on to these cards for a while. I don't know how long of a while. I could decide tomorrow, like, never mind, let me put them back in the binder. I also could decide tomorrow, yeah, let me drop them all, sell them all in Mercari. This is more like a test run to see how I feel without these cards. And I could change my mind, which it's so fun having free will, because I could take all these out of my binder and they can just sit and rot in a pile on my desk for months until I decide what to do with them. And that's okay. I'm letting myself decide at my own pace whether or not I want to keep these cards. The thing is, I still love Yunjin. I still love Unche. I still love sserafim, like the girls themselves. When I first picked up sserafim, I was like, you're going to have to hold me back from collecting OT5. Like, that's how, like, into it I was. I loved collecting my top 3. I loved it so bad. Honestly, I think they're really victims of circumstance, and by that I mean victims of being under Hybe. If they weren't under Hybe, I probably would have kept up with them more, especially in this last year when I've been boycotting. So it's not their fault. It's just way harder to connect with them when I don't really consume content as much as I used to. So I'll still, even if I do decide to drop them, I'll probably keep a decent amount of their cards. Now, I don't know how much a decent amount is because they have to fit in my misc binder, and my misc binder is already getting full. So we'll actually see how much I end up keeping. I also have these Kazuas from my dropped Kazuha collection. But also my dropped Kazuha collection has not, like, I still have most of the cards. People are not, they don't want my cards. They don't want my cards. If any of you out there want to collect Kazuha and just need the sign to do it, here's your sign. I have so many Kazuha cards up on my Instagram, up on my Mercari. Please go buy them from me. And then obviously eventually, if I decide to actually go through with this whole dropping the other members situation, then check out my Instagram for that as well, if you're a sserafim collector. I had a lot of fun with this collection, which is like the saddest part. Collecting sserafim top 3 was so fun. So it's so sad that I am potentially, maybe, getting rid of all these cards. Again, not all of them, but a good amount. Sometimes you just grow out of wanting to collect people. Nothing against the girls, just against Hybe, truly. Now, that being said, on the topic of Hybe, I still am technically collecting from S9, because my connection with From S9 transcends everything, so I keep my From S9 collection. I haven't made much progress on it, obviously, in the past year, but I still really enjoy looking at my cards, and I'm really so excited, I'm so excited for their re-debut. Even though it's not all of the members, I'm happy that a majority of the members are re-debuting, and I will, in case you're wondering, be collecting Jihan, since she's obviously my From S9 bias. I'm gonna collect her in the new group that she's in. TBD if it'll be my From S9 binder. It really just depends on how frequently they're having comebacks and also how many cards their comebacks have. But anyway, goodbye sserafim for now. But now this binder is only triple S. This is a 1-inch binder. I don't think triple S at this point needs a 1-inch binder. So I'm gonna see if triple S fits in my girl group binder. It probably won't, but I'm just gonna try it out anyway. A big thing I want to do is like downsize the amount of binders I have. I feel like I have way too many binders. I don't think every group needs its own binder. So let's see if this, where is my girl group binder? Oh, it's right here. Let's see if this, let me move. Sorry, sserafim. Let me move you out of the way real quick. Already, I feel like they won't. We're gonna try it anyway. So my girl group, I'm standing up now, by the way. If the sound changes, that's why. My girl group binder is in debut order. This is not gonna fit. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Going based off debut, triple S would obviously be in the back. No, this is not gonna work. I don't know. Is this a 2-inch binder? I don't even know if this might be a 1.5 inch binder. If I have another 2-inch binder, I don't think I do. I could move my girl group binder into that. Oh yeah, this is not gonna fit. They're already sliding off the hook. Come on guys, let's just see. Let's just see. Work with me, please. If you cooperate, I might not downsize your omas. Okay, go in. No! Okay, and close. Okay. Okay, it fits. Is it a comfortable fit? Not by any means. I'm making a mess. Is this a 1.5 inch binder? I think this is. Oh my god, binders just fell on the floor. The only thing about moving my girl group binder to a bigger binder is that I have to remake the cover, which I think I want to do anyway because I think I mentioned this in like my last video or something, but I'm kind of sick of looking at this WJSN cover. I want to remake it into something else. I don't know what the something else will be, but something else. So I think I might make a video of me making binder covers because I've always wanted to. And if I'm moving this binder to a bigger binder, then that's a good excuse. Like this fits for now, but I do fear for like these front pages if I keep them in here. So yeah, I think I'll keep them together. I like having all my girl groups in one spot instead of like the 2 random binders that I had. So this is fine for now. This is bad binder behavior. Please do not copy me. Please do not do this at home with your own binders. If it looks like it's overflowing, take it out. But I'm ignoring that for now. If you ignore your problems, they will go away. We'll do Loona next. Loona has a few things. I'll start in this binder just because it's actually way faster. For this Eve and Chew binder, there's just one card in here that I just don't like. This card. I think I've complained about it every single time I see it. So I'm taking it out. I'm gonna put it up for trade on my Instagram or something because this, I don't remember why I joined for this. I'm so sick of Polar Style borders. So this is just a no from me. So I'm gonna move these over. This full page is now all of my loop pobs. And then I have 3 more Eve pobs. So I'm gonna have to actually, do I have another page back here? No, I don't, dang it. You know what, we'll do that when the storing video comes. Like I'm not gonna get too in the nitty gritty of setting up for stuff. I'll just add a page when the storing video comes. Do I want to get rid of a page of Chew cards? Because for Strawberry Rush, I have 1 page of cards. For Howl, I have 3. When I initially downsized Chew, I got it down to 8 cards, but then decided I wanted to keep more. Is there 4 that I can get rid of, you think? Okay. I think kind of similar to sserafim, I think I'm going to take these out, ponder on it for a little while. I think I could go without these 2. And then I think I could go without these 2. I'll take these out. Oh, I kind of like this one though. Yeah, I'll sit on these for a while. Maybe I'll downsize. If you see them on my Instagram, then you know I made my decision. So now I'll have a page of like pink, orange, red, whatever color hair you would call this. Oh, and look at that. Now I have a page for my Eve Pobs. Great. That's 5 cards from this binder. That's all I had to do in there. Nothing too crazy. For Loona, I don't believe anything for actual Loona is going away today unless I decide that any of these aren't speaking to me, which I kind of like them all. Okay, Artemis. So unlike with my Triple S Omas, I have made a decision about Artemis. I don't want them. I don't need them. I think it's the sheer fact that they just keep releasing them. Like Burn, their new song, which by the way, Burn is so good. I hate that there's so much hate on that song. I don't even care. Maybe I'm just Artemis brain rot, but I think it's so incredible. I know people are sad because it's OT5 or like Artemis instead of OT12, but I just think that we should be glad that we're getting it in the first place. I think people have their expectations way too high. I think it's a great song. I'm very excited that we have it. Anyway, that being said, Burn, the Omas, there's 5 per member. That's ridiculous. So I'm gonna be collecting just Kim Lip. I really like this set though. This will be a hard set to get rid of, but I can't. I still don't know really what their plan is with like everything that they're doing, because obviously Burn only has Object Music albums. It's like a single basically. I still think I might want to collect OT5 for Artemis if they end up having just like regular objects. If they do like 2 photo books with 1 object per photo book so that there's 10 cards total and then an Object Music album, like that's good. That's fine. I'll collect OT5 for the photo book objects and then just Kim Lip for the OMA. Like I think that's a good plan if that's what they end up doing. I give Mod House too much credit and they're probably just gonna only continue to do object music albums going forward. So I may be jinxing myself right now, but that's okay. That's okay. I can be hopeful. One thing about me and my girl groups is I'm gonna be way too blissfully optimistic. Okay, so for object music albums, I have this page here. I decided to move these like DCOs. Are these DCOs? Yes. Off of my POB page. This is my POB page, which I also rearranged, by the way. This will be like my DCO page for Kim Lip. I guess I need to set up for these because I'm still missing one from Doll. Actually, no. Is there a second one for Doll now too? Or a third one? Or I mean a fourth one? Jesus Christ. You see how many there are? I can't even keep track. Is there 4 for Doll now? I think there is. There's 4 for Doll, and then they had 1 for Odd Eye Circle, and then there's 5 for Burn. I'm not gonna make fillers. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna put in white paper and then I'll make fillers at a later date. But that'll be for Odd Eye Circle. Then 301. Also, these are probably not in order. Actually, these are definitely not in order, but I don't care. 302. And then 303. And then the new one for Doll will go here. Which I think I really like the concept for this one. I can't remember what it looks like, but I remember really enjoying it. And then there's 5 for Burn. 1, 2, we'll steal this page, 3, 4, 5. And then wide sleeves would go here, if I had any. Oh wait, I have 5. And actually, hopefully people will be trading these ones for some of the newer ones. Or at least like the other Doll one that I need. Okay, that's all for Artemis. For Lusemble, I'm going to be downsizing just this one album. I'm almost done with One of a Kind. I think I'm missing, like, including the stuff that I have on the way, I think I'm missing 2 cards for One of a Kind. Now, TTYL is a whole different story. TTYL, the progress is not that good. I would like to focus my efforts in just a complete top 3 collection. And I think the only reason that I wanted to collect OT5 at first was because I was so excited that Loona was actually doing something. So I think for my heart to feel happy, I don't need OT5. Even though it's done, like, it's gonna hurt to, like, uncomplete this complete collection. I think it's time. It just needs to be done. I think it would be, honestly, much more satisfying also to have just a top 3 collection because I kind of hate double-siding. I just think it'll look better overall just to have my top 3. And we'll get to see right now. We'll get to see right now because I'll just reorganize it real quick. This is what it would look like with my top 3. Much more condensed. I think I like it. I think I like it. Let me take out Hyunjin. Wait, where is she? She's here. Now, these cards sell for maybe $1 if you're lucky, because I feel like everybody has these cards right now. So it's not even for like monetary gain that I'm taking out these Lusemble cards, which is honestly what kind of like kept me from wanting to collect, or I guess downsize OT5 to my top 3 before, because I've like thought about this before, obviously. But I think it's less about like what I gain monetarily and more about like what looks good in my binder, what brings me happiness, what brings me joy. Oh, actually, I think for this to make sense, I do have to keep an OT5 set. Hold on. Yeah. And I think my favorite like OT5 set from Lusemble is, oh, that's not on the right page, is their egg card set. So I think I might just keep that. Like this set. I think it's the most beautiful. Which kind of sucks because I feel like out of all of the Lusemble cards from this album, the egg cards would be the fastest to go. Like I could sell the the egg cards. And of course those are the ones I'm keeping, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay! And the only reason I get to collect an OT5 set is because there's this extra QR set. They did 1 extra card this era just to piss me off. This page will be the QR cards, and then these 2 sets, which is only kind of annoying. Do I put the, okay, question of the day, leave your answer in the comments. Do I put the concept card in the middle, because that's like stands out, or do I put the space card in the middle, because that stands out, because these are different concepts. Like these are the, you know what I'm trying to say? Hold on, let me give you the whole picture. Like, would the concept cards look better in the middle? Oops. Or would the space cards look better in the middle? I feel like the space cards would look better. But let me know your thoughts. Because I'm nothing if not a follower, and I will listen to everything that you guys tell me to do. So that's not true, but I value your guys' opinions highly. So okay, this is my idea. If you guys think it'll look better the other way, let me know. And then I need here we go, a page here to do an OT5 set. And do I want to do it? Another question. Do I do this or do I do like an X? Definitely the other way. Definitely the other way. I think the X rarely looks good. The X method for 5-page layouts. Okay. And then I would, in theory, do I have any more white sleeves? Oh wait, I have a couple. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, there's a page in here. So now this whole Lucemville section is entirely top 3 minus this one OT5 set. And this one of a kind is almost done. And then TTYL is its own thing. But the good news about them leaving CTDEM, whatever, their entertainment company, is before they have another comeback or they join another company and do something else, I have time to catch up. Because last year they were like busting them out. They would still be promoting for their last comeback when teasers of their new comeback was already out, which is insane. So I'm glad that they have this break and also I have this break because I'm finally almost caught up on one of a kind. And then I'm, you know, T2IL is its own thing. It's fine. This is all of my Lucemville cards that we're getting rid of. And that's everything for this Loona binder. This is actually taking way longer than I expected it to. I'm getting a headache. Okay. Oh no. Wait, this binder is getting too full too. Bad binder behavior. NCT is safe. I don't think there's literally anything in here that I want to get rid of for NCT. So I can move swiftly past NCT and we'll go right to the back of the binder. Riize. You may have noticed, or maybe you haven't noticed, but I haven't made any progress on my Riize collection in very long months. I think the last card I added was this Sunghan, which I added coincidentally right after the Sunghan drama. And I haven't bothered to get any cards since then. I know that there's a boycott going on and I have been like inadvertently participating because I'm just so not happy with the way that the Riize situation was handled, that I have had no drive, no motivation to buy albums or listen to their music or anything like that. That being said, look at my progress for their this is their second to last album, by the way. This is my progress. This is not happening anytime soon, especially with my like lack of interest in collecting them. And I hate to just keep reiterating this, but I still love the members. I love them so bad. But I just feel like there's really no need for me to have all of these blank fillers back here if I just know no time in the foreseeable future am I going to be filling them up. Like I said, this is their second to last comeback, or I guess album, because they had that stupid ass epilogue that has an additional like 10 cards per member on top of this. Really, it's my own fault because like why did I collect 3 members when there's 25,000 cards? Like I don't have time for this. I have really very little interest in completing this right now. So that being said, I think I'm going to put a temporary hiatus on this collection. Kind of like what they said for Sunghan. And will I ever pick them back up again? Who knows? Kind of like what they said for Sunghan. So SM, this is your own fault. This is your own doing. You have no one to blame but yourself. I will be keeping the cards that I have because it's not even like I don't like Riize anymore. I don't want to keep collecting them, really, at least for the foreseeable future until I can kind of get over the situation. It's been like 7 months. I need to grow up, but you know what? I take that back. I don't need to grow up. SM needs to grow up. Whatever. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. We all know what happened. We all know the situation. I'm going to be keeping all the cards. I'm just going to not have them in a little setup back here. I'm just going to put them like in member order, all on like pages together, and just call it a day. Because I have, even though it's not nearly enough to complete the album, I have a good decent amount from this album. And then oh, by the way, I am going to continue to collect their debut, mostly because it's OT7 and I really like these cards, and they're somewhat easy. I say easy, but I've been collecting this album for how long, and I still don't have any good progress, but whatever. I'm gonna continue to collect OT7 for Get a Guitar, and then, you know, who knows, I might end up dropping that too. But for now, I'm okay with these cards. Oh, also, I did buy this, the new SM Town album, just because I didn't even know what came in here. Turns out it's one of literally every member of SM. So I do have like this OT6 set that I'm keeping and I'm gonna store away. So I'm gonna leave spots for that as well. I just can't forget to do that. I'm SM's biggest hater until it actually like comes to holding myself to it, but whatever. So Shotaro's Rising album cards would start here, and then everything else has to move. Okay, so that's an album card, and then another album card, and then the pobs that I have from this album can go in, and then I'll leave a spot for the SM Town thing, then unsuk, then a spot for the SM Town thing. This is a Get a Guitar pob, yeah, Get a Guitar, and then my one Sungchan from Rising. Leave a spot for his SM Town thing, then Wanbin's SM Town thing, and then Sohee. So, which one of these are Get a Guitar? Sohee, 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 and then I had the most Rising cards for Sohee. He was my second bias, and at times there, I thought he might have been my only bias. Or, what? That's not what I meant to say. My main bias, like over Shotaro, but okay, album card, and then Pob, and then his SM Town thing, and then Anton's SM Town thing. Okay, so it only got rid of one page at the end of the day, but it did get rid of all those fillers, and now I guess you know my intentions. I guess I also know my intentions for Riize. I'm just, you know, I'll still keep them back here, and I'll still collect OT7 for this, but everything from like Rising going forward, I'm just keeping what I have. All right, so I guess you'll be seeing this section again in my next storing video. How long has it been since Riize has been in a video? Okay, the last group, as always, will be twice. I have no plans for like my album card binder. Obviously there's really nothing to downsize in there. Oh, I have been talking about getting rid of the Nemos, but I had a sudden like urge or a spike of inspiration, I guess, to try harder to get the Nemos and then give up later. It's good to still keep giving up in your plans so you don't get your hopes too high, but I'm still gonna try to get some of the Nemos done for my Twice collection. So for now they're staying, but this is my Twice like non-album / pob binder. All the pobs are safe. The only thing I really want to do in this binder is downsize this set. I think I'm just going to keep my top 3. Again, this set has really no monetary value, but it's more about, I keep saying it, it's just more about what makes you happy. And I don't need these cards. So hopefully I can sell or trade the other members, but I'm going to keep my top 3. And my idea was, I think I'm going to get rid of this Sana because I only have, this is from their 3rd World Tour trading card. I only have Sana and I don't have like a Nyan or a Mina to match. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. And then since this page is their 4th World Tour trading cards, and since this is the Candy Bong set that they released right before their 4th World Tour, because that's when the new Candy Bong came out, I think I'm just going to keep my top 3 on this page. And then this will be a full 9 pocket. Do you see the vision? If I get this Sana eventually one day, then these pages will look complete. They'll look better. And I can take this page out. Now I have considered dropping this set because I really don't like the concept cards. I would want to keep my bias line, or at least my 2 like main biases. I don't know where I'd put them. Could I put them with my pobs? You know what? Yeah. This is a spur of the moment decision. I didn't plan for this. I planned for the other set, but I think I'm just gonna keep Nyan and Sana and just put them like on their respective pob pages. Like towards the end, I'll say like, okay, goes pob and then non-album, right? Right? Okay. And then, do I even keep Mina? Maybe I'll keep Mina just cause I already have her, so. like, sure, fine, there. And then I can get rid of these members. Because I just don't like concept pictures. I wish this was a selfie set. If it was a selfie set, I probably would keep it. But then again, I also say that, and this is a selfie set, and I'm getting rid of it, so maybe I'm a hypocrite. Okay, another page out, though. And I'll keep the icon sets, because why not? Okay, now, the last thing that I want to do is move this into a different binder. Oh my god, this binder is open. How did that even happen? This is the binder that fell earlier, so actually that's probably how that happened. Okay, mini crisis averted there. This is my POB, like, you know, the like OT9 set that you get. Damn, this falling off my bed really like messed things up. Okay, hold on. Anyway, this is my POB binder slash extra album card slash unit binder. And this is in like a, is this 1.5 inch? Obviously, it doesn't need a 1.5 inch. And this is in a 1 inch, and it barely, like, this doesn't need a 1 inch. So, I can either move this into this, or this into this. Let's try this into this and see if this will all fit in one inch. And nobody mess around. Nobody fall or flop. Okay. Okay, let's see. It's kind of full. It's kind of full. Maybe I should have done the 1.5 inch. I think it's fine. Because I don't really, this binder won't really expand until they have another comeback anyway. And even then, I already have like an extra page in here, so it won't really grow that much. So I think this is fine. This is fine. And now I have another empty binder. So we condensed my 2 girl group binders into 1 girl group binder. And then we also condensed my 2 extra twice binders into 1 extra twice binder. So now I'm normal and only have 3 twice binders instead of 4. Okay, but that's it. I think everything on my list has been accomplished. We went through like everything that I needed to do. I think my next video will be a storing photo cards video, hopefully sometime soon. And then I think after that, maybe I'll do like a decorate my binders with me or like make a binder cover with me video, because I think that'd be fun to do. Here's the damage that we did today. Mostly sserafim, but we have the Lucemble cards, those extra twice cards. What else? Like two dreamcatcher cards. That's about it. Nothing crazy, but I'll have like the total cards that we downsized on the screen. I don't think this is as much as it was last time, but that's okay. Yeah, if you're interested in any of these cards, follow me on Instagram and then also Mercari. I think I'm gonna try to post more Mercari. That all being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Little bonus content for the end of the video. Here's my stack of, actually no. Here's my stack of sserafim after I went through it and decided which cards I want to keep. These are all cards I want to keep. Girl, you might as well have not dropped the collection. This is like 15 cards. I can't pick. I can't decide. They're all so good. I just wanted to share. My misc binder is about to be hella thick. Anyway,